There are many things and photos in the internet today that are famous, but just because something is famous doesn't mean it's true as well. This famous photo of different stages of human evolution is one of the most recognizable photos of the world, and it's among the list that contains photos like the blue marble, the double helix of a DNA. This photo first appeared in 1965 in a volume published by Time Life Books called The Early Man. The illustrator of this photo was Rudolf Zellinger. In this six-stage evolution illustration, the first guy is the Homo sapien. Stalking him is labelled Cro-Magnon. Behind him is a Neanderthal. On his heels is Debapithecus, then Oreopithecus, and finally a monkey-like ape labelled as Dryopithecus. But the book also included a more detailed version of the illustration, suggesting that the physical features, including height, changed back and forth during evolution rather than a linear change. Apart from this, the book also included numerous warnings to interpret the illustration literally as a direct progression of species. So the picture is nothing more than a cool urban myth and a quirky internet meme. Also, it looks like there's a man representing human evolution. In his book Sex, Time and Power, Leonard Shlain says our species should be either called Gynous sapiens instead of Homo sapiens, as the females were the ones in our species to take the evolutionary leap. Most of the labeled human-like things in the illustration are not at all related to the modern human. One of them is the Neanderthal. Both modern human and Neanderthals have the same genus Homo, and both of these coexisted until about 40,000 years ago when Neanderthals went extinct. We'll talk about their extinction in a moment. Meanwhile, let's get back to 2.8 million years when the genus of Homo appeared for the first time in Africa. Several human species came and went, but it was 1.9 million years ago that Homo erectus, the first human-like species, migrated out of Africa, and they settled in lands as far as Georgia and Indonesia. Homo erectus continued to exist until as recently as 70,000 years ago, along with modern humans. Around 700,000 years ago, another human-like things, Homo heidelbergensis, emerged in Africa, and later migrated out from there at around 400,000 to 300,000 years ago. This species migrated in two different paths. One migrated towards Europe and other migrated towards East Asia, and some remained in Africa. And after that, these three groups evolved separately. Eventually, the group in Europe evolved into Neanderthals, and the group in East Asia evolved into Denisovans, and the left out group in Africa evolved into Homo sapiens. Neanderthals colonized a large part of Europe and West Asia. Around 100,000 years ago, when Homo sapiens first left Africa, they encountered Neanderthals near the Middle East. This was the first mating event between modern humans and Neanderthals, and it includes the ancestry of every living human today except those of direct African origin. On an average, every person with a non-African origin has almost 2.5% of their genes coming from Neanderthals, and this number can vary from 1% to 4%. So the most modern humans, including our direct ancestors, came to Europe around 45,000 years ago, and the Neanderthals went extinct at around 40,000 years ago. Denisovans, the group from East Africa, have hardly any ancestry passed down from them. The people with some resemblance to the Denisovans are the people of New Guinea, of Solomon Islands, and of Fiji, who have around 4% of Denisovan genes. There is one more human species that existed along with Homo sapiens, including the Homo erectus, Neanderthals, and Denisovans. They are called Homo floresiensis, which existed exclusively in the islands of Flores near Indonesia. These species are affectionately called hobbits because of their height, which reached a maximum of 3 feet and 6 inches. They lived in the island from 100,000 years to 50,000 years ago, and went extinct soon after modern humans arrived there. Nobody truly knows what happened to all these species, why they went extinct. Maybe a genocide occurred, killing each one of them. Maybe they couldn't survive the arrival of humans. We might have taken away their resources, or we might have simply absorbed them into our gene pool. Sua Pabo has worked at Neanderthal Genome. He says they were strong, they were clever, and might have even intentionally buried their dead. But for thousands and thousands of years, Neanderthals didn't go anywhere. They came to Europe, explored for a while until they reached some mountains or the waters, and then stopped, even though there are studies suggesting they had made boats. Homo sapiens, on the other hand, didn't do that. They kinda did nonsense things, crossing unscalable mountains, infinite waters, for no reason at all. How many people must have vanished in the Pacific before they found Easter Islands? It may be foolish, but it's the Neanderthals who went extinct, not the humans. And now we are looking to colonize Moon and Mars. Maybe the key for survival is exploration. So, what's the answer? Who are our real ancestors? Well, we truly don't know. We know when a particular human like species was there on the earth. We can find out the percentage of their genes in our DNA today. But since there has been so much interbreeding between these human like forms, that we probably are a mixture of all of them. Probably we didn't had a single species ancestor. Also, evolution is not about changing from one species to another. It's about genetics. Organisms are constantly evolving with different adaptations, and those adaptations which are fit for the environment, fit for the reproduction and spreading of their genes, are evolutionarily successful. Thank you for watching this video. Yo, you can like, comment, subscribe, share, press the bell icon. I'll see you next time.